Hello, everyone. I'm a little bit earlier today as I have some celebrations with loved ones and with people that I love. And we do get to celebrate sometimes. And so tonight, I'm going to be celebrating. And I was thinking about celebrations, but I was also thinking about respect, honor, and respect. And, when we think about what does honor and respect mean to me? Like, what does self-respect mean? Like, when we think about am I respecting myself? Am I respecting others? Are others respecting me? uh, what what does it mean to extend honor and respect to ourselves? What does it mean to extend honor and respect to others? And so I think about when I think about respect, I think about all of the different ways that we actually extend honor and respect. And so I would ask myself at this time, like, how do I extend respect? Because one of the things that we know that what we want most at this time is healing. And if I want healing for myself and for others and for my community, one of the ways that we experience healing is through experiencing honor and respect. And for me, I don't know about you, but for me, it's like respect really means that we are clear with each other, that we are communicating clearly, that the communication lines are open, and that we're able to communicate clearly about what it is that we want and what we don't want. But then what we're also able to do is we're also able to celebrate one another and um, come into a celebration of what and not only what we care about, but also a celebration of what is really good for everyone. And so one of the things that I think about is I think about what is really for the good of all. Like what is really truly for the good of all. And all includes us, but all is also all not only includes us, but all also includes all people, all beings, all creatures that live on the earth, everyone. And so what if what I'm doing is really for the good of everything and everyone? Because that's what real respect is. Um, and if I'm respecting things, then I'm celebrating things, right? If I'm respecting people, then I'm celebrating them. And one of the things I think that we don't remember how to do as much is just like to celebrate people and places and things. And I think that when we're thinking about how to celebrate others, we could ask them, like, how do you want to be celebrated? I would like to celebrate you. How is it that you like to be celebrated? What is it that you like to see when you're being celebrated? How do you like to experience celebrations? And because we all have different ways that we like to celebrate and be celebrated, we all have different ways that we like to be respected. And so it's kind of nice just to be asked, like, how would you like to be respected? What would be the most respectful way for me to be with you or to interact with you? And how can I uh, really touch your life in a way where you feel celebrated and where you feel respected? And so we can ask the other people in our life. So we can ask ourselves that question in the morning or in the afternoon, well, whenever we happen to remember to ask ourselves the question. But we can ask ourselves the question, how can I respect you today? We can put our own name in that blank, right? And when we're asking others, we can say, oh, how would you like me to respect you today? And how would you like me to celebrate you today? And then what we can do is we can look at our community and what is it that our community needs and how can we most respect our community? How can we most respect and celebrate our community? And not only the communities that we live in, but also in our larger communities of our neighborhood and of our city. And if we live rurally, of our county and, of the smaller villages, so to speak, or townships that are around us. And it's just really interesting to think about what is most needed. So if I think about how to celebrate someone or how to respect someone, I can think about, oh, well, what is most needed for this community at this time, or what is most wanted. And usually there's a need in several different sectors of our communities. And one of them may be with the children, that the children may need something from us or in our community. Perhaps our elders need something from us. Perhaps those who are without home would need something from us. Perhaps those that don't have the access to the food and to the resources would need something from us in our communities. And so, it's really interesting. One of the things that my mentor Angela has taught me in our work together around leadership and how we need to lead in this time is that there are three places that people are judged, or countries or people or places are judged around um, their ability to lead well and to take care of their country well. And those things are: how do people take care of their sick? How do people take care of their sick in a country, in a village, in a home? And how do they take care of their sick? How do they take care of their young, their children? Are their children cared for well? And of course, their elders. How are their elders cared for, and are their elders cared for well? And so we can really judge, and I mean, not to use the word judge, but you can really perceive how the core of a country, or a country's values, or a person's values, or the values in a family or in a home, or with a group of people and community, because how what is the state of their poor? What is the state of their sick? What is the state of their elderly and their children? And so it's just interesting to look at those things and to ask ourselves that question, like, well, how can I extend respect, to those places? How can I respect myself? How can I respect other? How can I respect community? And how can I offer what I have in service to the well-being of my community and of my home? Because if we want to serve our state, if we want to serve our city, if we want to serve our village and our community, we really will be serving the world if we're able to offer our gifts and our talents. And so if we're able to do that, then we really are celebrating life in everything that we do. And so, the question I'm really asking is, how can we celebrate life through extending our honor and respect? I am also, and this coming up in April, we'll be having our book release. We're going to be doing the book release for Honey Collections, my new poetry book, and that's going to be on East and West, and you can go ahead and look at their website. But the East and West bookstore, I will be doing my book release on April 9th, and I'm super excited. And I'll be reading some of the new poetry from the book, and also we'll be having some processes that are related to some of the poems where we can align with what we value and align with work during the book release. So I look forward to that, and I welcome you to that if that's a place where you're called. And I wanted to close today with this poem. This is a poem by Sama Himmel, or Sophie Jansen. Sophie Jansen, and it's called Intertwined Heaven. Intertwined Heaven. And so I think about, someone's at the door. I wonder if it's the, hold on. So I'm going to read this. Hold on for just a moment. So yes, I have wonderful guests. Some of my favorite people just came in. So it's really lovely. So we have a celebration this evening. So we're doing that. So respect, honor and respect, and celebration. So to close, it is: remember your own solace place. Deep in your eyes, a pure, illumined silence. Remember to recognize. It's so funny, like doing things live is so funny because it's like all the things that happen in life. So it's exciting, and it in itself is a celebration. And so I really want to honor that. So I'm so grateful that this is my pod, and that this is the celebration that we're in. So remember your own solace place, deep in your eyes, pure, illumined silence. Remember to recognize your peace of mind, the source of light, even through the dark tunnels sometimes crossing our lives. The soul only embraces events received out of emanating light, no matter if it is clear to you, regardless of whether your thoughts about the world speak truth or confusion to you. In your mind and memories, fighting your tears and grief, thinking you have hurt yourself, fearing you cannot forgive, afraid life is not trustworthy. I say to you, you are like the most beautiful and gentle clay, forming and shaping as the breakers brush against the cliff, always moving and changing. Like a river that never ceases, you are one with the ocean's altering horizons, where darkness meets light and seasons shift between our souls. Don't be afraid of what you do not understand and cannot yet grasp. If you are lost in the dark night of the soul, nothing has ever happened that was not meant, even if your thoughts tell you this is not so. We share the same intertwined heaven. We are carried and held in the same light. We are loved in the same light. Light will not elude you. Light will not elude you. Let every breath fill your mind with peace. Let your soul unfold courageously into divine wisdom, and open itself for the beautiful things that want to enter your life from the future. And open yourself for the beautiful things that want to enter your life from the future. The greatest truth of love, the only thing that matters is that you are alive. The greatest truth of love, the only thing that matters is that you are alive. And so may you celebrate, may you find what you can celebrate in this time, and may you extend respect to yourself and respect yourself deeply, and ask yourself what you can do to respect yourself and what respect is needed in your relationships. How can you let someone know that you respect them? And also in your community. Thank you so much. And I will see you next Tuesday. Thank you. Thanks for your patience. It was quite a fun ride today. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful night.